To master their martial arts, the Shaolin disciples trained by sticking wooden rods into spinning gears. If they didn't use the right amount of strength, the rod would get stuck, and if they tried to pull it out, sharp blades above would cut their arms. Because of this, everyone's arms were covered in scars, but no one gave up. They all wanted to be like the man who could make the gears spin quickly without injuring his arms. And that was only the easiest of the 36 Shaolin training chambers. The head monk was very impressed with the man's skill and sent him to the next room for more training. In this one, he had to hold his arms straight out. 2 sharp knives hung under his arms, while he lifted 2 50-pound buckets of water. Next, he had to walk up a narrow slope and pour the water into a trough at the top, which would carry the water into a pool. During the whole process, he had to stay balanced and could not lower his arms, otherwise, the knives would cut him. At first, he could only wobble his way through, but after endless training, he was able to walk fast while holding the buckets and even help others. However, the head monk scolded him for that. Helping others too soon could prevent them from mastering the skill themselves. Soon, the man reached the 33rd chamber. This one had a strange training method. He had to listen to the sound of a wooden fish drum. Each time it was struck, he had to hit a target with a hammer. At first, he didn't think much of it. This is training? But then he picked up the hammer, 10 pounds, attached to a thin bamboo stick. Because there was no proper grip, it felt more like 120 pounds, and it had to be used with just one hand. He could barely hold it. After a few strikes, his wrist was exhausted, but the head monk kept beating the wooden drum. The man felt a rush of determination and started swinging again, refusing to stop even when his wrist turned black and blue. Months later, he could hold the hammer by the very end of the stick and match the monk's faster rhythm with strong, accurate strikes. Then came the 32nd chamber, focused on concentration and vision. He had to stand between 2 lit candles, keeping his head still while his eyes followed the flickering flames as they moved left and right. If his head moved, he would get burned by the flame. Surprisingly, the man did well. He only got burned once. No matter how fast the head monk moved the candles, the man kept his head perfectly still, while his eyes moved quickly to keep up. But that was just the beginning. Next, the head monk shone the candlelight onto a wooden post lined with bronze mirrors. The man had to strike the post based only on the reflections, training his hands to move faster than his eyes. He moved quickly and cleanly, hitting every target with precision. Now let me ask you, do you think you could get through this kind of training?